You don't get paid for your time. Employers don't care about your time. You get paid based off of the value that you bring to the company.
Hey, I'm Alex.
And I'm Philip.
And we teach you what you need to know about being a grown-up.
Because adulting shouldn't suck. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. In the comments below, let us know what you had for dinner last night.
In this video, we're going to cover 12 different ways that you can invest in yourself. You might love some of the ideas, you might hate some of the ideas, but we're going to go over how they work, give a lot of our own personal examples, and then tell you how you can apply it to your own life.
When you go and do an interview, you don't want to be equal to everyone else. You want to dominate that interview. You want to be the obvious choice that the company needs to hire you. But how do you become that person?
You have to be willing to do what other people aren't willing to do, and just know that most people are lazy and they don't want to put in the effort that it takes to be successful. Great example, at the time of this video, we're at like 6,300 subscribers. We've been doing this for 2 years.
2 years.
It would have been easy to give up in the beginning, especially when we had like 15 views on a couple videos. You know, it wasn't the most motivating thing in the world, but we stuck with it, knowing that we're trying to help people and that it was worth it. And we ain't going anywhere.
Nope.
We're gonna keep doing this for years.
Oh yeah.
So it depends on you, what your definition of successful is to you, and what you're willing to put in, and then get out of it eventually, hopefully, something, right? But most people quit long before they're ever successful at something.
First thing you're going to want to do, online courses. And we're not talking about online college courses. People are sick of those. We're talking about courses created by entrepreneurs. You want to be a photographer? There's a course for that. You want to learn coding? There's a course for that. You want to learn how to create an online business and sell stuff on eBay or Amazon or Etsy? Guess what? There's an online course for that too. You want to learn about finances? There's online courses for that too. We even made some. If you want to check them out, the link is going to be in the description for them. Online courses are going to give you all the stuff you need to take your life or your business to the next level, and they're way less expensive than going to college. These courses are going to be taught by professionals in their field. They're not going to be taught by some college professor that has no idea of what's going on in the current world because they did stuff 30 years ago. Okay? This is going to be real stuff that you can go through the course with, apply these steps, and actually use them in your life. Not how college has you take the course and then take some more courses, and then once you graduate, then you can go implement that stuff that you learned 2-3 years ago that has probably changed now that you're out in the real world.
Hopefully implement.
Hopefully.
All right, so the next one we're going to talk about is certificates. And there's a lot of different ways you can get certificates, depending on what kind of career field you want to go into. But the 2 ways we're going to talk about today are through community colleges and Google. Google has a program called Google Career Certificates. It's super cheap. I mean, it's so cheap, it might as well be free. It's only $39 a month. So pretty much anybody can afford that. And if for some reason you can't, they got scholarships available for people too. Now, this program, you don't have to have any kind of experience in the career field that you want to go into with it. And they're going to teach you all the skills you need so that when you graduate from the program, you're a highly desirable candidate with these Google certificates in your hand. You can put in as much time or as little time trying to complete this program as you can possibly put towards it. So if you're working full-time and you can only devote a couple hours a week towards this, cool. You know, you're working on a side hustle with these certificates so that you can hopefully get a better job. Now, let's say that you don't have any experience and you just want to get a good job. Okay, put in 20, 30, 40 hours a week on these certificates, blow through them, and then you can go get a good job, because nobody wants to work part-time or full-time for minimum wage longer than they absolutely have to. I mean, let's be real, that money sucks.
They claim that the average salary for entry-level positions is $63,000. That's way better than that minimum wage annual salary, if you're asking me.
I mean, you ain't gonna be rich, but that's a whole lot better than minimum wage.
Double word. Google's going to offer certificates in IT, data analytics, app creation, and that Android development. I mean, I didn't mean to say that. Android development. Sorry, I'm an iPhone user. Sorry, I take it back. But I don't.
He's literally blown girls off for having green text.
Like, sorry, peasant. Don't talk to me. Your green text.
The other way we're going to talk about getting certificates is through a community college. Now, it's going to be significantly more expensive than $39 a month, but it's still a whole lot cheaper than going through a university. Some of the certificates they're going to offer, I got to read through them because there's a million of them, but you got stuff like business, healthcare, technology, criminal justice, arts and design, education, skilled trades, legal certificates, social services certificates, tongue-tied, health and fitness, culinary, hospitality. Basically, you can get certificates for pretty much any industry that you want to work in. And whether you want to go through Google or community college or whatever other way you want to go about it, certificates are a great way to invest in yourself and your earning ability.
I thought you said like colon, like someone's asshole or something. Next up, military. Alex and I, we've both been in the Army National Guard for a long time. 15 years here, 18 and a half years here for that dinosaur.
I'm crusty.
Crusty. But it's been great. We've been doing it for a long time. We've done a lot of different things in the National Guard, and it's been great for us. Regardless of what you do in the military, whether you go full-time or part-time, we believe that the opportunities there and the self-development you can get out of the military are substantial. But being in the military, you're going to gain confidence, overcome self-doubt, find pride in your abilities, develop leadership qualities, create friendships that are going to last forever.
A lifetime.
A lifetime. Serving in the military is a big commitment, but you get a lot of things out of it. Education benefits, job skills, job training, and the pay isn't bad either, but it's not for everyone. But if you think that the military is for you, you should probably at least sit down with a military recruiter and see if it's something that you might want to do.
The next way to invest in yourself is by spending money on travel and experiences. Life is way too short just to spend all your time working for stuff, because stuff never really brings you happiness. Traveling, getting new experiences, meeting new people, you're going to become way more interesting of a person, and people are going to want to get to know you if you're actually interesting and you've got all these different life experiences. And who knows, when you go travel somewhere, you might decide you're never going back. You might just want to uproot and go live somewhere that you found. I know that's what happened to my wife and I last year. I mean, we've been coming down to Arizona to visit her family for a decade. And then finally we were just like, you know what? We're done. We were living in the Pacific Northwest and we both hated the rain. We wanted some sunshine. So when we got back from our vacation to see her family, that day we started painting the house, had it listed 2 days later, sold it, and we moved within 30 days.
It was wild. I was like, wait, y'all doing what?
I'm like, oh yeah, man, I'm leaving you.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
So now I get to come to Arizona to make these YouTube videos. But it's cool. I like to travel. Hey. If you've watched any of our previous videos, you know that about me. So I agree with this section very much. Traveling, experiences, super important.
He might travel more than most people I know. There's only a handful of people I know that actually travel more than he does.
Yeah.
For leisure, not for work.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess this is technically work, but we have fun doing it.
It's a crazy surprise, y'all. You're not supposed to work every day until you die and just go to sleep and wake up and go to work and then rinse and repeat.
Ugh.
You're actually supposed to go around and see the world. There's crazy stuff all over the place. Opens up your eyes to all this stuff and you're like, wow, the world is actually decent.
I love traveling.
Next up, trade skills. If you want to learn more about trade skills, we got an entire playlist covering trade skills. Trade skills are great. Trade schools are great. They're cheaper than college. You can actually go to this school, typically make money while you're going to school, and then graduate with your certificate or your degree with no debt and go right into a job in your trade. You get a lot of experience, and they're fun. If you enjoy working with your hands, then trade jobs might be the thing for you. Like we said, if you want to know more about them, check out our playlist. The link's going to be in the description below.
The next way to invest in yourself is college. And I know we push trade school on this channel a lot. You know, we definitely believe in it. But if you have a plan and you do it the right way, college can be a really good option. Unfortunately, a lot of people are told you won't be successful if you don't have a college degree. Couldn't be further from the truth. There are definitely plenty of garbage degrees to go around. I think everybody knows that. There's just some degrees you get, never going to get you the job you want. However, if you have a plan and you go into a very specific career field where you have to have specific knowledge to get that kind of job, like in the medical field or an architect or an engineer or a teacher, you got to have those degrees if you want to, work in that job, obviously. College is super expensive. I think everybody knows college is crazy expensive and most people cannot afford it. Now, if you have a plan and that plan involves a way to actually pay for college without taking out huge amounts of loans, might be a good option for you if you have one of those career fields that need college. Now, if you have questions about college or you want to know more about the risk versus return, because nobody ever really goes into that information, we got some great videos on that. We threw those down in the description too.
Read books. Read for growth. Invest that long-term information into your mind. If you want to know how to run a business, there's a book for that. If you want to be rich, there's a book for that. If you want to have a nice relationship, a good functional relationship, there's a book for that too. The average American reads one book per year, while the top 1% earners in the world read 50 books per year. We're not talking about these books that you had to read when you were in high school or in college that just bored you to death and turned you off from reading. We're talking about these books that help you grow as an individual, that give you knowledge about, life and business and money and other stuff to help you just be awesome as a person. These books are going to help you be great. If you don't like reading books, there's audio books. If you don't want to listen to the whole audio books, there's apps like Blinkist that lets you get the highlights of the book in 15 minutes or less. Right now, in today's day and age, you can get access to information easier than ever. So there's no excuse on why you can't do more than one book a year.
The next way to invest in yourself is backpacking. This might make you go, what? What is this doing in this list? But I can promise you it absolutely fits. As a way to invest in yourself getting outdoors and working on your mental health is one of the most important things you can do. I know every year for the last 6 years, I've gone out and I've backpacked hundreds of miles every summer. I've gone through the John Muir Trail in California. I've done the Oregon and Washington sections of the Pacific Crest Trail, which is a trail that goes from Canada down to Mexico. I've dragged him out a couple times.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a backpacker out of him yet.
Maybe.
He's pretty good.
Is that right?
But overall, backpacking is one of those things where it just gets you away and you can disconnect from all the crazy crap in life. You don't have access to any news. You don't have your phone. There's no emails to respond to. There's no rush hour traffic, no obligations. It's just you and really whatever you want to do while you're out there. However far you want to go, you can stop all the time. I know I love to stop and have naps midday, and then wake up, have some lunch, and then keep on going and just enjoy life. Science has determined that people who get outside and go backpacking are just generally happier people who have less stress than people who never get outside and stay home or just go from home to work, back to home again. And backpacking, working and focusing on your mental health, it helps raise your self-esteem. It lowers depression rates. It lowers stress, which is a major killer in most people, and just makes you overall happier and healthier, which is something that I think everybody needs since 2020, right? Reduce your stress and anxiety. Yes, please.
Yeah.
People forget that investing in yourself goes far beyond just how to be successful or how to make money. You have to invest in your mental health, which is something in our current society people tend to overlook. So get outside, go on a hike, maybe work your way up to a backpacking trip overnight, and just enjoy the outdoors.
Hug a tree.
Yes, that too.
Talk to a lot of people and network. Talk to people from all different walks of life, different religions, economics, political beliefs, so on and so forth. I mean, you never know what type of person you're going to meet or how this person can affect and maybe change your life, or you can affect and change their life. I mean, Alex and I have both met people throughout our lives where we'd had these conversations and we were like, hey, hi, just being a genuine person, saying hello, asking them how their day is, having a conversation about whatever. And then years later or months later, this person would come back around and they'd offer us life-changing opportunities, or we could offer them life-changing opportunities, something like that. I mean, to grow, you have to step out of your comfort zone and be uncomfortable or put in a situation that you're unfamiliar with. So you can grow, learn, experience these different cultures and these different ways of life. I mean, it could be amazing for you and for them.
The next way to invest in yourself is by starting a retirement account. And the younger you are when you start one, the better. The average American at the time of retirement only has $65,000 in their retirement account, which is not good. Honestly, that's really bad. So when it comes to being average, you do not want to be average. It's not good. Hey, we get it. When you're like 18 or 22 or however old you are, saving money for someday way off in the distant future is probably at close, if not at the bottom of your list of priorities of stuff you got to pay for right now. And I mean, we were there at one point in our lives too, when we weren't making much money or we were just scraping to get by, and putting money in a retirement account seemed pretty far-fetched. But trust us, if you haven't watched them, go watch our Basics of Investing videos, because time is on your side. Compound interest is your friend, especially the younger you are, and you got to start investing. We could not make a video about ways to invest in yourself without talking about this, because you skip this part of it, your future you will not thank you.
It will not, no. Find a mentor. A mentor is going to be somebody who gives advice to a less experienced individual. Typically, people are going to seek mentors from people that are in that person's desired, like, work field or something of the sort. Like, for example, I didn't grow up with a dad, so when I went into the military, I had Army dads. And these were individuals that I had looked up to that had traits or qualities that I liked, and I wanted to, like, replicate those in my adult life. So I would pick their brain and talk to them about stuff, and they'd give me advice on it. And it was great. Mentor relationships can be built through work, personal relationships, or mentorship programs. Mentors are going to help people set goals, give them advice in times of struggles. They're going to hold you accountable. They're going to give you like constructive criticism and feedback and help you get to your goals. All of these things are critical, and they're going to help you get through those points in your life and help you get to those places in your life that you want to get to. Mentors are great. Find one. They're awesome.
The last thing on the list is be a volunteer. By volunteering and helping out in your community, you're going to get more life satisfaction. You're going to feel like a natural sense of accomplishment and purpose. And being a volunteer and helping out other people that usually are less fortunate or just need the information or help that you're going to give gives people a lot of pride and purpose in what they're doing. And a lot of people form their identity around being a volunteer. Not to mention, volunteering helps you develop skills that you might not normally be able to develop without getting paid to do them. And if you don't have experience, volunteering somewhere is a great way to go get experience, so then you can get hired, because a lot of people don't have enough experience. They just have a degree or whatever it is to get a job they really wanted. So not only does it help you develop the skills and the purpose and the satisfaction of helping other people, right? By helping other people, you're still helping yourself. I know Philip and I, for years, volunteered with a nonprofit group back in the Pacific Northwest, teaching high school students about money. A lot of the stuff that we're talking about now.
Yeah.
I mean, we've expanded on it with the channel, but that's what we got our start doing, was just helping people in the community because nobody else was doing it. And we knew that high schoolers were graduating without any fundamental knowledge about money. So at times it was overwhelming. I think our most productive year, or the most we volunteered, was over 100 classrooms that we taught in. It was not sustainable. It was actually kind of borderline crazy that we were volunteering that much. But if we didn't do it, who else was going to do it? So volunteer, build skills, help people, and along the way, you're going to help yourself be happier, be healthier, have less stress. These are all things that come from volunteering and helping out. And who knows, maybe you change lives along the way.
Well, there you have it. Our 12 steps to invest in yourself. I mean, from making money to finding your purpose to developing your overall mental health and maintaining that. We got all the different stuff in here to help you make the best version of yourself. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. In the comments below, let us know which one of these 12 sections helped you the most.
And we'll see you in the next video.